It's so funny that there's a ton of people out there, myself included, who tune into myself and other people just eating on camera. We're a funny species. Some of us possess this response to certain sounds and stimulus that gives us the tingles and makes us relax.